What story have you been telling yourself about yourself? And is that story empowering you or discouraging you? Listen, you have to get to a place where you recognize that how you speak to you matters. A lot of times we are concerned about what others say about us, what others say to us, what others believe about us. But let me tell you something. What is most important is what you say to you. What is most important is what you believe about you. And if you are in a place of feeling discouraged, of feeling overwhelmed, feeling anxious, feeling maybe even depressed, I want to challenge you to think about what it is that you have right now. Like, what do you have? What resources do you have right now to get you to a better place? Because a lot of times, all you're doing is you're just being discouraged. You're just focusing on the problem. But you got to get to a place where you focus on the solution. So what do I have? Is there a person that I can leverage as a resource? Like, is there a book? Is there a video? Like, do I need to connect with a coach? Do I need to connect with a mentor? What do I need to do to get from where I am to where I desire to be? And a lot of times we are praying about what we want and with what we desire, but we are forgetting what we already hold. Like, know what you need. That's good. Like, it's really good for you to recognize some of the things that you desire, some of the things that you feel like you're lacking. But let me tell you something. The brilliance that you have in you, it's worth more than you could ever imagine. Like, you have a voice. You have a voice. You have gifts. You have talents. You have skills. I need you to leverage them. Like, are you leveraging what you hold to your fullest ability? I'm thinking about a story in the Bible, and I don't do a lot of this, but I'm going to share 2 Kings 4:2, where Elijah was talking to the widow woman who had said that her sons were going to be enslaved because she owed a debt. And you know what he said to her? He said, "What do you have in your house?" Oh my goodness. So I'm asking you today, what do you have in your house? What is it that you hold that you are not leveraging? What is it that you are not using to its fullest capacity? I need you to stop waiting for opportunities. Stop waiting for someone to invite you to their table. I need you to get into the mindset that you are going to build your own table. Stop waiting on your employer to recognize how great you are. There are some instances where they will never recognize it. Listen, that doesn't mean they don't see it. But it's not for them to recognize. It's for you to recognize. And it's for you to leverage what it is that you do well. If you are watching this video right now, there is no reason why you should not be living in abundance. Because you have something in you that can transfer into abundance, right? You have it. But are you leveraging it? And are you allowing what you think about you to stop you? So as I was thinking, because my coach asked, like, what has been working for you? What has worked for you in the past? And for me, it has always been stepping out of my comfort zone. Like, every time I step out of my comfort zone, I see increase. But when I want to stay in that place of comfort, when I want to revert to the old Jessica, that's when I don't see the breakthroughs that I want to see. And so if you are an introverted person, like there are times when you're going to have to be an extroverted person. There are times when you're going to have to speak up. There are times when you're going to have to sell yourself. And you can't be waiting on somebody else to push you. You can't be waiting on somebody else to pat you on the back and tell you you're doing a great job. You've got to be able to do that for yourself. You've got to have self-motivation. You got to be willing to get up. Like we meet every morning at 6 a.m. I'm in Seattle, Washington. That meant that I had to be on the call at 3 a.m., but I'm worth it. My vision is worth it. How bad do you want this thing that you've been asking for? What sacrifices are you willing to make in order to get what you say you want? Some of you you're saying you want it, but you got to sit down. You got to get clear. Get clear. Like, what is it that I want and what is it that I need to do to make this happen? First of all, who do I need to become? You need to probably get some self-control and some self-discipline about yourself. Like, listen, this is not me fussing at you because I have to do the same thing for me. You got to be willing to manage your emotions. You can't just be snapping on people. like you gotta figure out, like, what is it gonna take for me to be extraordinary? What is it gonna take for me to stand out? When my resume is submitted, what is it going to take for my resume to stand out? When my proposal is submitted, what is it going to take for my proposal to stand out? Like, I need you to really laser in on becoming the best version of you. I need you to give yourself a pep talk every day. And when you feel the discouragement coming on, I need you to snap out of it. I need you to talk to yourself. I need you to remind yourself of who you are. I need you to remind yourself of all of the times that you thought it was over, but you made it. Of all of the failures, all of the rejections, all of the hurt, all of the pain. You're still here. You're still standing. And what does that mean? That means that you still have a reason to be here. So don't allow yourself to sink into a state of self-pity. Don't allow yourself to be discouraged. Pick yourself up, pull yourself up, change your story. It's time for you to get into action. You can't keep playing. You can't keep playing with your goals. You can't keep playing with your vision. You can't keep saying one day. No, today. Let today be the day. I want to challenge you to maximize today. I want to challenge you to do something that scares you today. Make a cold call. Ask somebody to hire you. Sell yourself. Record a video. Like, do something out of the norm and remind yourself of who you are. Remind yourself of what you hold. Remind yourself of what you are capable of. It's time out for playing small. Let's go.